The purpose of terrorism lies not just in the violent act itself. It is in producing terror. It sets out to inflame, to divide, to produce consequences which they then use to justify further terror. With this quote from the former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, I welcome you to the Gavel. Now, it's been more than 3 weeks since over 200 schoolgirls were abducted by members of the Boko Haram sect. This action has sparked outrage across the world, and many have demanded that the Nigerian government intensify efforts at rescuing the girls. This week, we saw the US, the UK and Chinese governments offer assistance to Nigeria to locate the girls. In the meantime, the House of Representatives Committee on Human Rights has met with NAPTIP and the National Human Rights Commission to examine ways of securing the release of the abducted girls in Chibok. Let's take a look.
It's been 3 weeks and counting since over 200 girls were abducted from a secondary school in Chibok, Borno State. 3 weeks marked by security meetings, protests by women and civil society organizations. The slogan from the protest across the world is "Bring back our girls." The First Lady of the United States of America, celebrities, social commentators, politicians both home and abroad have on social media used this hashtag "Bring back our girls." But yet no tangible information has been obtained on the whereabouts of the girls. This situation is what prompted the House of Representatives to invite the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, and the National Human Rights Commission to ascertain their preparedness and contributions towards finding the abducted girls.
There's a subsequent threat to sell the victims of this immense crime of human trafficking. This unfortunate situation is a heinous crime against humanity and the worst kind of violation of the fundamental human rights of the victims. We are aware that Nigeria has witnessed a surge in the crime of human trafficking, which for several years have received global attention and the United Nations, and has called for collective action by nations and states to fight this crime. Nigeria has been collaborating with different countries to fight this crime of human trafficking, but we've never seen anything of this magnitude before. On our part, as a legislature, human trafficking and abduction has been made a crime by our statutes and passed by the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition Law Enforcement and Administration Act 2003, wherein trafficking in persons is a serious crime and a key violation of the fundamental human rights of every human being. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, by virtue of Chapter 4, which deals with fundamental human rights, guarantees the right to life, the right to dignity of the human person, and the right to personal liberty, and clearly the abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls violates all the constitutional provisions, including these ones on the fundamental human rights that we enjoy as citizens of Nigeria. We must join all well-meaning Nigerians to say no to this crime and to call for more proactive measures by security operatives in rescuing the victims and reuniting them with their families. The perpetrators of this crime must be brought to law for committing these serious crimes against humanity. We lend our support to the security agencies, and we call for a speedy end to the heinous acts of killings of innocent citizens and abduction of citizens, in this case, children. Never before have we seen an instance where children under the age of 18 have been kidnapped in such a gruesome manner as this. Nigeria has been united in condemning this incident, and I want to applaud all well-meaning Nigerians who have condemned this incident. This is one incident that has unified every single Nigerian, irrespective of age, ethnicity, religion, or any other differences.
NAPTIP is not playing a direct role in either the rescue or tracing of the girls, but we are involved in sharing valuable intelligence and information as soon as we receive with relevant security forces who are working round the clock to ensure that the girls are rescued and reunited with their families. As I said earlier, my heart also goes out to the girls. We are as concerned as every other Nigerian by the disturbing reports this morning that threatening that the girls will be sold. We are not aware of any market where human beings are being sold. It will be very interesting that we get further information so that we can share this with our partners both within the ECOWAS sub-region as well as the entire continent.
The first action we took was to issue a public statement condemning the act and calling on the government to take immediate steps to get the girls released. And since then, we've been monitoring the situation through our office in Maiduguri and other sources, and also doing a kind of investigation on the matter. And a report is being prepared as I'm talking to you now that will advise the government on what to do on this matter.
Some lawmakers at the briefing are concerned that NAPTIP does not have the capacity to handle the issue.
In tracking the movement of these girls, we're going to be tracking the funds as well as the movement of the girls. Now, I know that you're not, by your setup, you're not set up to track the funds, but you're set up to track the trajectory, the movement of these girls. Now, my question is, as a government agency, are you equipped both by way of funding and by way of personnel to track these girls so that the expectations of you are not unrealistic? I think it's very important, because with the kind of modern warfare that we see, unfortunately, it's a harsh reality that our girls are going to be sitting ducks. And I want to reiterate again that the United Nations are realizing that, said that war hits home when they hit our girls. So our girls are targets.
What she said, I strongly align with her questions. In terms of capacity, how fully I have equipped in terms of manpower too, and where do you have offices? Not creating offices in South or Southeast. We are talking about border towns.
Some other lawmakers want authorities in the local governments to be more active in fighting terrorism.
These terrorists have gone into a market and started shooting at random, killing people just like that.
Which market? In Borno State.
In Borno, you'll be somewhere. It is on the news. Yeah, and they killed so many people, and nobody was apprehended. They were not confronted by any security agency. Are our security agencies ill-equipped? Are they short in number? Do they not, are they not, motivated enough to confront these insurgents? There are so many questions, I think, that need answers. But the fact that is facing us now is that our security forces are not doing enough. Why they are not doing enough, we have to find out. What is limiting their capacity? We should find out. If it is equipment, why are they not given the appropriate equipment? We have been told, if any one of you would have watched the Giwa Barak attacks, it is absurd that insurgents could mobilize such number of weapons and personnel to attack a barrack without any response. Over several hours, finish it up and move away without anybody responding.
The House Committee Chairman on Diaspora, Representative Abducted, is also concerned about the issues surrounding the abduction of the Chibok girls. She is dismayed by what she described as a distraction from important issue by security operatives who she accused of intimidation and harassment of women protesting the abduction.
It was a thing of shock that these women were detained yesterday for hours at the defense headquarters. Now, the essence, as the woman who spoke to some of these women that were detained, I really feel ashamed and embarrassed that this is happening in Nigeria in 2015. Women got together to seek that our girls should come back to us. Whether those women are biological mothers or not is not the point. We're all mothers of these children, and we have to encourage what the women are doing. So it's about cautioning our security agencies not to harass and intimidate innocent Nigerians, especially in a situation like this where everybody's on edge, where everybody's talking about these girls and demanding that these girls come back to us all safe and sound. And I want to join in the call that these girls should come back to their parents in good health, in safety. And I also want to stress that what we are saying and what I'm insisting on is that we need to be cautious. This is not the time to arrest women who legitimately came out non-violently to protest the abduction of these girls. This has never happened before, and we hope it will never happen again. All we want is to have those girls back. And please, let's stop intimidation and harassment of these women.
Besides the recurring bomb explosions, the abduction of the girls is said to be the most important issue in Nigeria now, an issue Nigerians and indeed the world are watching and hoping to see resolved as soon as possible.